guys, welcome back to Ignite Fitness. Hope you're all feeling great today and ready to join me on the mat. Today we're going to go through a really playful yoga flow. It's going to feel great in our bodies. We're going to get in touch with our inner child today and just play on the mat, have a really good time, and also really deeply connecting to our breath, our pranayama. Okay? So today we're going to start in child's pose, sticking with the playful motion. To begin, we're going to actually hook our toes against the mat for a little bit of a yogi toe stretch. I'm outside today, so my mat is a little dusty from my feet, but I'll just walk the arms out, reaching them forward, stretching the toes a little bit. Just hanging out here for a few breaths. Setting our intentions for our practice today. Why are we here? Why did we come to the mat today? Release the toes, open the hips nice and wide now, and going into a full child's pose, trying to bring the forehead to the mat. If you have difficulty in this position and you'd like to take a block underneath the sacrum or even under the forehead, that works great as well. Beautiful. Love it. Let's come back up onto our hands and knees, meeting in tabletop here. Adjusting the body in your time here. We're going to keep the toes flat against the mat, and we're going to take the left ear to the left shoulder now, stretching out the neck, drawing our belly in, and right ear, right shoulder. Love it. And just kind of take it side to side at your own pace. Moving through whatever feels good to your body at the moment. Just really enjoying this little stretch. Coming back to neutral spine, we're going to slowly roll the head here all the way around, really working through the full range of motion in the neck, but slow and controlled to protect it. And we'll take it the other direction. Nice and slow. Stretching out the back of the neck. You've got so much tension. Beautiful. Meet me back in center. Let's go straight into our down dog here. So we're going to tuck our toes once again. Press through the palms of the hand. We're going to pike our hips all the way up towards the sky. And we'll go straight into a walk the dog. So we'll pedal through the feet. Really opening up the back of the calves here. And starting to really draw that focused energy in towards the breath. Letting go of any tension you're carrying. And then meet in down dog for a few moments of stillness. Drawing the chest towards the top of the thigh. Taking the feet to the mat. Maybe you have your big toes right together. Maybe they're slightly apart. Beautiful. Work the spine here a little. So keep that chin tuck, rolling the vertebrae through to high plank. And again, piking it up. And rolling through to plank. And pike them back up. Let's do that a few more times. Roll through. And press back. Last time. Press all the way back. And we'll shift into plank and go through flow. So option 2. Come straight down into Cobra or through Chaturanga Dandasana. All the way down, keeping the elbows locked towards the ribs, pressing up into the up dog, tuck the toes, hike the hips back, and back into our down dog. Beautiful. Holding here for 2 more breaths. Beautiful. Keep your gaze forward. Just walk the feet in towards the hands here. Coming into a nice forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, whatever that means to you. Maybe you have your hands on the knees, maybe on the thigh, wherever you feel that strong flat back. And we'll come back to that forward fold. And let's play with that on the breath. So inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat. Exhale, fold. A few more like this, really just rolling through these motions and just finding a little bit of length as we move through. Beautiful. This time we'll take the arms all the way down to the mat. Sweep them all the way up towards the sky. Taking the gaze up with them, and we'll bring our hands through heart center, meeting in Tadasana, mountain pose. Opening up the palms of the hands, rooting those feet into the earth. We'll just sway here a little. Find a little sway as you really press through all four corners of the feet, grounding into the mat in our Tadasana today. And we'll meet center to stand strong. Drawing the belly button toward the spine, shining the heart towards the side. Beautiful. And we'll inhale the arms all the way up towards the sky. Hands together in Anjali Mudra, and we'll sweep it on down. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it forward. Let's flow. Plant the hands, hop or step the feet back into high plank. Let's move through Chaturanga or Cobra. Upward dog. And press it all the way back down dog. Beautiful. Right arm is up. Lift that the right leg up towards the sky. Sweep it on through the chest, dropping it right between the hands. Take the back foot on the 45-degree angle. Arms back by the sides. Let's sweep them up for warrior one. Beautiful. Drawing both hip bones straight, pointing them out to the side of the room, sweeping the arms up by the ears, shoulders down the spine. So you can actually just roll the shoulders out here. You can feel them as they walk down those vertebrae, slide down either side of the spine. Let's play here. Get a little deeper into the warrior one. Let's breathe through it. So sweep the arms, press into it, and up. Moving with the breath. Exhale and press. Can you sweep a little further up? Beautiful. Meet back in that warrior one. Holding here. Sink a little lower. Beautiful. Let's take the hands, interlace them behind the back. Shine the heart. Open the chest. Lean into this beautiful stretch. Keeping nice and low in that warrior one. Beautiful. Let's release the arms up. Swan dive it all the way down to the mat. Step that foot back. Let's move through our chaturanga. Maybe you just press back and meet a straight and down dog. It's entirely up to you, guys. Your practice. Beautiful. Taking that left leg up towards the sky now. Pointing the toes down, flexing the foot. Draw it on in. Place it right between the hands. Dropping the back foot on a 45-degree angle. Let's take the arms back and sweep them on up. Warrior one. Beautiful. Just breathing here for a moment. Finding that nice strong warrior before we begin to swoop with the breath. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Pressing deep into that quadricep, activating through the hamstrings. 2 more. Get a little higher, reach a little further. Beautiful, and we'll sweep the arms behind the back, shine the heart open, interlacing the fingers, pressing just slightly lower into that warrior one. Beautiful. And we'll swoop the arms all the way down, coming to the floor ground. This time we're going to move through our high plank right down onto our bellies, coming up into a nice little baby cobra here. Inhale and exhale. Really flowing through that breath. Beautiful. Release the hands. Let's take them out in front of us. This time we're going to lift both the arms and the legs up. It's a bit of a Superman hold here. If it feels good to you, we can come into bow pose, taking the the ankles into the palms of the hand. And you can even stay here if this feels good to you. Or you can press all the way up into full bow pose, pressing into those palms, bending to the back, taking the gaze out in front of you, trying not to compress through the neck. Feel that beautiful stretch through the legs. And we'll slowly release it down, dropping the thighs first. You can bring the chest right down to the mat. Beautiful. Let's take our hands by our chest, hook the toes. We're going to press all the way up through plank to down dog. Beautiful. It's fun to get playful. From here, we're going to take some of the weight into our left palm, turning our bodies through side plank. If this is too much for you, you can take supported side plank here. Or if you feel like it's in your practice today, come all the way up into that full side plank. Beautiful. And we're just going to kind of flow here. If you can, bring the leg in, rotate the hip open. Beautiful. And we'll release it down, come straight through. We're going to rotate straight to the other side, taking supported side plank if you need. Otherwise, coming into full side plank. Again, keeping those hips parallel. Try not to rotate the hips backward. Taking that leg into the inner thigh if it's in your practice today. Beautiful. Love it. And we'll draw the hand back to the mat. This time, we're just going to press back into our down dog. I've got a little mosquito visitor on my mat. We're going to lift the right leg up towards the sky, flexing the foot. Keeping the hips parallel here, we'll slowly begin to open up the hip, rotating that quadricep open, rotating the thigh. And then we'll step all the way back for a wild thing pose. So if this feels good to you and you'd like to keep your knee bent, you can. Or we can go into full wild thing and point the toe, pressing through, finding that length of the side body, breathing into the stretch. The palm is beneath the shoulder. Beautiful. Bend that back knee. Let's twist it back up. Take that leg all the way up into three-legged dog. And we'll bring it on down to the mat. Beautiful. Leaning back in down dog here. Let's lift the left foot now. Finding that nice parallel hip placement. And we'll slowly begin to open the hip. Leaning into our inhales and exhales. And we'll slowly begin to drop that hip again. And like I said, if it feels good to just keep it bent, you can stay here, or we can point both toes and really lean in to the supporting arm. Beautiful. Coming back here, planting that foot. We'll take it all the way back up into a nice, strong three-legged dog. Playing around with the movement if you have to. Beautiful. And bring that foot back down. And just enjoy a moment of stillness in our down dog. Drawing that belly up, drawing the ribs in, knitting that tight. Uddiyana Bandha here, practicing our belly lock. We'll shift our knees down into tabletop. Let's walk the legs through center. Let's meet in the middle for a moment in a nice butterfly pose. If butterfly feels too intense for you and you'd like to sit on a block, just placing a block underneath the sacrum is great. If you are new to yoga and you'd like to experiment with using blocks to advance your practice, it's a great way to get into some of the more intense moves, great for opening hips. Just breathe hands. So rolling in and out with your breath. And exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale. A nice little flow within the body. One more. Beautiful. Let's come into a complete easy seat. Once again, if you need to place that block under your sacrum for a little bit of support so the hips stay elevated, you go for it. We're just gonna rock side to side here, opening up that side body. And again, at your own pace, just feel that motion, embrace it. I apologize, I had not realized that there was construction going on nearby. But nevertheless, we are here to be present on the mat, regardless of what is going on in the external world. Staying aware within our bodies, in the present moment. We'll come back to center. We'll just roll the shoulders here. Feeling that beautiful release of tension with each roll. Take it back. The shoulders work so much in Chaturanga, Dandasana. So I love to release afterwards. Having some nice final twists. Again, using your breath to flow through these motions. For those of you watching the video and don't know where I'm from Canada, and in Canada we are experiencing a crazy heat wave. I'm really being bold today on this 36-degree day and stepping out into the heat. Beautiful. Let's sweep the arms up, coming in through heart center. Once again, pressing the arms up and out. This time we'll sweep them up towards the sky, pull them down the back for cactus arms, and let's just play here with a few cactus press. Beautiful. We're actually going to come all the way up to standing now. So take your time coming from tabletop up to those feet. In keeping with a childlike motion, I feel like we should do some playful poses, more challenging poses, just to experiment. So we're going to come into some eagle arms. So taking the right arm over the left, we're actually going to sweep the arms through in a nice little twisted motion. Trying to keep the thumb parallel with the third eye, so we're dropping the shoulders away. You can practice here, or if you want more of a challenge, I'm going to talk through my eagle arms here. You can actually sweep the legs around, wrapping the left leg over the right leg over the left for a full eagle pose. So draw those elbows up, drop the shoulders down the back, finding a drishti, a focal point to focus on. Beautiful. Breathing into this motion. You're doing great. Love it. And we'll slowly release it down. Taking the opposite arm over this time. That's the one I did before. Finding those nice eagle arms. Finding that proper arm motion. So if I take it from the side so you guys can see, I've got my elbows pressed up and my shoulders aren't coming up and towards my ears, they're down. And from here, if it's in your practice, we can challenge ourselves with the eagle legs as well. So in a nice full twist. Beautiful. And we'll release it down. Good job, guys. We'll open the feet nice and wide. We're gonna come into a nice forward fold here. So taking the hands to the hips, the toes are pointed to the outside of the room. We're gonna inhale, look towards the sky, shining the heart, and we're gonna draw it all the way down. Taking the hands towards the mat, and allow your gaze to go right between your legs, right to the wall, or a fence in my case behind you. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold it down. You can hang out here, or if you'd like to advance a little, taking the hands around the ankles, you can pull yourself a little further forward. Really trying to bring the chest as close to the thighs as possible. This time we'll plant the hands on the mat, turning the hips outwards. A nice external rotation. We're going to come into Malasana, garland pose. A nice deep squat. Beautiful, guys. Just pressing those elbows into the inner thighs, creating space in the hips. You guys stay here. I'm just going to shift towards the side. So option to stay here. If you feel like you're ready to advance and challenge yourself, we can move into crow pose here. So from here, we're going to take our hands, our palms, and place them directly onto the mat. We're going to turn our toes in, trying to bring the knees to the back of the forearms. And from here, we're going to try and balance on the palm of our hands. So you can play with this by just releasing the toes. Maybe you lift one leg at a time, or whenever you're ready, you can lift both toes, even just hovering slightly off the ground. So you can tap it back down whenever you feel ready. Finding that drishti on your mat, your focal point, so you stay steady. Beautiful. One more breath. And release it down back into Malasana. Beautiful, guys. See, it's all about being playful and having fun and exploring the body, testing limits and finding balance. There are times for serious yoga and there are times for playful yoga. Release the hands to the mat, take the legs straight out in front of you. Point the toes and flex the feet. A few times here before we take it down to the mat. And we'll slowly grab behind the thighs and roll the back towards the mat. Beautiful. I'm going to take the arms out. Drawing the knees in, we're going to take both knees towards one side of the room, taking the gaze over the opposite hand. Drawing a nice supine twist. If you'd like a little more, you can take that top leg and sweep it underneath the bottom leg, so you get a little bit more of a pull through the glute muscle, as well as a little bit through the lumbar spine. Just breathe here. Then we'll roll the knees all the way over to the other side. Take your option, whether it be just the knees rotated, or if you'd like to take that top leg over the bottom for a bit of a deeper stretch. Allowing both shoulder blades to press firmly into the earth. Beautiful, guys. And we'll come back to center. Draw the arms back towards the sides. Release the legs for Shavasana. Finding some stillness here to end our play on the mat today. Allowing any tension left in your body to dissipate into the earth. Making the inner child coming out to be silly and experimental with us today. taking a quick moment to check in with yourself and seeing how you feel, where you're at in the practice. And then sticking with those nice even inhales and exhales, just find a few moments of quiet. Ready, you can slowly begin to roll the wrists out and ankles, coming back to our present moment. We'll roll to one side, firmly pressing into the mat and coming up to our seated position. Let's find a nice, easy cross-legged position. Thank you guys so much for joining me on the mat today. If you've enjoyed this class, please like, comment, or subscribe to the video. There are going to be plenty more of these yoga videos to come, so make sure that you take the easy rest days to counteract our heavier lifting days, like I've said before, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and if you're comfortable joining me, bringing the hands together in Anjali Mudra, and we'll drop the head towards the chest. Namaste. Bye, guys.